Puspusan na ang OCD Davao Region sa pagpapatupad ng mga hakbang kagaya na lang ng participatory action para maabot ang target na disaster resilience sa rehiyon. Naanawagan naman si OCD Davao Region Director Ednar Dayanghirang sa mga bagong halal na local chief executives na hanggat maaari ay huwag tanggalin ang kanilang mga kasalukuyang local disaster response teams. Ang Civil Defense in Action sa report ni Laila Obtenalia.
Isa ang matinding pagbaha sa mga kalamidad na hinaharap ng Davao Region. Kaya naman ang Office of Civil Defense Davao Region patuloy na gumagawa ng hakbang para matukoy ang ugat ng matagal ng problema sa pagbaha at kung paano ito masusolusyonan. Mismong si OCD Davao Region Director Ednar Dayanghirang ang bumisita sa ilang komunidad sa Maco, Davao de Oro para alamin ang kasaysayan ng matinding pagbaha sa kanilang lugar bilang bahagi ng kanilang participatory action research activities.
I talk to local communities, local people, not only the leaders, not only of government, but those living around the disaster area, and ask them about the historical account of flooding or landslide in those areas. And you'll find stories like before, sir, they will tell me, before the flooding is only about our ankle deep or maybe knee deep, no? And now it has a chest level or even higher than a person's height. No? So it has severity is going high.
Sa pakikipag-usap naman ni Direktor Dayanghirang sa mga residente sa ilang lugar sa Davao Region, lumabas na ang baradong kanal, kulang na drainage at mga kanal na hindi konektado sa isa't isa ang ilan sa mga pangunahing dahilan ng pagbaha.
And I find out that there are basically two causes of flooding. No? Number one is if the rains, no, if the heavy rains fall in the mountains, no, at the watershed areas, and the rivers that the water basin, a part of the water basin is located, the river gets flooded, and all the flood waters goes down, going to the shore, and all structures, all communities, all barangays, bridges, even concrete roads along the river banks gets destroyed, no? And that is now what we call disaster. And I found out through aerial survey that most of these rivers, in fact, does not have adequate flood control projects, no? Especially those portions of the rivers that are already nearing location of communities of people, like poroks, school buildings, public infrastructure like bridges and roads. So there are no adequate. If there are, of course, I see some revetment or flood control projects, but only very short, no, few meters length, and some, and many in fact, the height is no longer viable, meaning they are too short in height. They put the structure at the level of the river banks. So when flooding, of course, even if you put concrete there, the flood waters will overflow and goes to the people. And of course, we find a lot of communities exactly living along the river banks, no? So communities living along the river banks, and ultimately, when the flooding occurs, these houses gets destroyed, and of course, it becomes our responsibility in government to attend to them. Okay, number two, there are a lot of communities as well that there are no flooding in the rivers, but still the people get flooded. So I go to them, like in one city, I don't have to mention it, I will the 300 people there, I interviewed them. Sir, ma'am, where is the water coming from? Oh, it comes from our neighboring community, it goes to us. And they said, sir, we are suffering this kind of flooding for 15 years already, no? Meaning they are already used to it for 15 years, they get flooded. So I asked them, so what do you do? Where do you sleep? Because it takes 2 to 3 days before the flood waters recede. So they said, oh, we're already attuned to this already. We sleep on our tables, no, in the tables. So imagine the lessons learned there. Imagine 15 years, the communities are flooded. 300 communities in one purok. So meaning there is no solution being done. The problem is not being solved. What the government does is, of course, the immediate response. We give food, we relocate them, and the support. And wait for the next flooding to happen. And it goes a cycle and cycle. So, what is the problem, ma'am? I asked them, sir, look at our situation. We don't have drainage. There is no drainage system. If ever there are drainage, it is not continuous, no? The city drainage does not connect with the barangay drainage, or even the national road drainage is already blocked, obstructed with a lot of garbage, and even some commercial establishments putting structures in the canal system itself. No, they put something there so that their vehicles can go across and park in their facing nearby their establishments, and a lot of national roads as well. No, this is a reality that I have to tell it. A lot of national roads, there are no national drainage.
Dagdag pa ni Director Dayang Hirang, malaki ang papel at ambag ng mga residente sa bawat komunidad para masolusyonan ang problema sa pagbaha.
The participatory action research is very empowering. First, for the people. Imagine you are a victim of a disaster and now you are being asked what is the problem and what is the proposed solution. So they become part of the solution. The ordinary guy there in the community living just there in the disaster area, I always see to it that I call them. So I tell the local disaster officer, who's that guy? Is he from here? Yes, sir. So you call him. We talk right there. So for us, for the government, it is also empowering because the people, the local people, will teach us about what has happened to that community. Since then, they are already 60, 70, and some 80 years old people. They can give a historical context of their place, no, and what has happened since then. So it is both empowering to us in government and especially the people. And I would like to emphasize governance. No, you can see governance, and you can see we are now becoming closer to the people. Government and people and closer. And I believe that is the essence of democracy. No, we make democracy work at the community level by involving. I call that in my governance framework inclusive and participatory governance. No, so I just apply the same principle of governance framework that I've learned so many years in disaster management. So I talk both local to the people. I talk to the local government units. I talk to our partner regional agencies. I talk to the directors. I talk to their division heads, section heads, even district offices. So that bringing to that's what we call whole of government, whole of nation, and whole of society approach.
Bukod sa mga komunidad, mahalaga rin ang papel ng mga lokal na ahensya sa pagharap at pagtugon sa problema ng pagbaha. Kaya naman plano ng OCD Davao Region na makipagpulong sa iba't ibang lokal na ahensya para dinggin ang reklamo ng publiko at mas mapag-aralan ang sistema ng drainage at iba pang natukoy na sanhi ng pagbaha.
We also call for a one-day conference among the newly elected and re-elected provincial and municipal officials so that I can align already our disaster strategies and programs of OCD with the new government. So pag umpisa pa lang nilang upo sa July, in August, I will be meeting all these local officials together with the congressional offices. So this time, I would like to invite the congressional offices because they will be the ones who will be lobbying for funds, and the national agencies partner natin sa disaster councils. So together, we wish to align.
Kasabay nito, nanawagan si Director Dayang Hirang sa mga bagong halal na opisyal ng lokal na pamahalaan na hanggat maaari ay huwag tanggalin at palitan ang mga local disaster response team na kasalukuyang nakatalaga.
Ang appeal ko sa kanila, ang sabi ko, for the local officials, re-elected and newly elected, na as much as possible, no? Kung kakayanin pa, kung pwede lang, nakikiusap kami, ako nakikiusap to retain their already trained skilled and tested in disaster management their local officials. However, sabi ko, I do respect your authority, your prerogative to hire and fire your people.
Kung sakali man daw na kailangan silang alisin sa pwesto, may pakiusap naman o rekomendasyon si Direktor Dayang Hirang sa mga uupong local chief executives.
I have another recommendation, second recommendation. If ever kinakailangan talagang palitan ho ninyo yung inyong tao, kayo naman po nakakaalam, no? Kung pwede lang, yung na-train na rin ng OCD. No, we have trained so many people at the local level. At least kung ang trabaho niya is early warning, at least yung na-train na natin na nandyan lang din sa locality nila, so that we will not go back to zero. When they replace the person, it can go on day one, it can already function.
Target ni Direktor Dayang Hirang na maabot ang target na disaster resilience sa buong Davao Region. At may isa sa katuparan lang ito kung bawat sektor ng lipunan ay magtutulungan at magkakaroon ng ambag para masiguro ang ligtas na mga komunidad sa banta ng mga sakuna at kalamidad. Samantala, alinsunod sa kautusan ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagtutok at pag-ayuda sa binahang mga lugar sa Mindanao, lalo na sa Davao City maging sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region o BAR. Laila Obtinalia para sa Civil Defense in Action.